Hello, beautiful people. My name is Tammy Salsa, and this is a daily dose of Tammy. Let me be your inner voice. On today's episode, we're going to talk about self-actualization. On the last episode, we spoke about what does it mean to heal and what does it mean to go on a healing journey. And today we're going to talk about where that journey leads. In the field of psychology, philosophy, and in spirituality, it all leads to this place called self-actualization, self-realization, and enlightenment. And they all mean the same thing. When we talk about self-actualization, what we're talking about is reaching one's full potential. It's associated with morality, creativity, spontaneity, and really being comfortable and accepting who you are and feeling connected to something greater than yourself. In the field of psychology, there was a famous American psychologist called Maslow, and he created a triangle that was called our hierarchy of needs. And on the top of that triangle was self-actualization. So it's important to really understand that when we're living in survival mode and we're experiencing anxiety and depression and grief, we're living at the base of that triangle. And at the base of the triangle is all of the physiological needs, things like food, water, shelter, and air. Then as you move up the triangle, you're trying to have security and safety and financial resources. Then once those needs are met, then you're looking for a sense of connection and belonging and building relationships. Then you reach this place of having self-esteem and wanting to be successful and reaching achievements and setting goals. And then you reach the place of self-actualization. And really what we spoke about in the last episode was this healing journey. As you go on this journey and you're addressing your traumas and you're releasing and you're letting go, you're slowly coming out of survival mode and you're feeling better about yourself and you're building that self-confidence and you're feeling more secure in who you are and trusting yourself. And through that journey, you get to this place of, I know who I am and I know that I am worthy and I know that I am enough and I know that I am capable. And it makes you get out of your comfort zone. It makes you take those risks. It makes you not feel as vulnerable and afraid. When we're feeling anxiety, that fear and worry makes us feel small. It makes us play small. It really holds us back because we're afraid. We're afraid to get hurt. We're afraid to take the risk. We're afraid of judgment. So we often have that voice inside of our head that we call the ego, and the ego is sitting in there and it's saying, don't do that, don't do that, don't put yourself out there. But then the heart is really like, you can do this, go for it. So when you go for it, that's when you reach that place of reaching your full potential. That's when you reach the self-actualization. And the healing journey, that's where it's taking you. It's taking you to this place of really just self-love and feeling connected to your higher self. And a lot of people, when they come to therapy, they don't really understand what that means. And that's why I often say that spirituality is the missing piece for people. It's really understanding that you have something in you. You are the observer of your life. You're not that inner critic. You're not that voice inside your head that's the trauma. You're actually the person inside that's observing all of that. And when you can get out of that survival mode and take a step back, you'll see that there is so much goodness. And when you do the practices of, your I am statements that we talked about in our introduction video, when we do the gratitude, when we do things like set an intention, which means you're being more mindful of all of these things lead you to that place. And that really is the journey and the destination of healing. The journey of healing is really killing off the ego and empowering the higher self, merging with your higher self. So a lot of times when we go on this healing journey, we think of the higher self as this thing that's outside of us. And really the journey is, we usually start in what we call victim consciousness, where we blame everyone else and we have this narrative of like, why does this always happen to me? And that first step is in like releasing the blame. Then we empower ourselves, and then we usually enter this place of like, I have to do this. And then we look to control everything. So then that next step is learning how to release control. And the victimization and the blame and the control is all based in that anxiety and in that ego. So once you learn to like let go of all of that, then you enter the higher level of love and the spirit and the soul, which leads you to feeling more connected, right? We're connected to the love, we're connected to our God, we're connected to our higher self, which you could think of your higher self as your intuition, that gut feeling you get inside, that inner knowing that something is right or something feels off, and really learning to trust yourself. That is when you enter the place of self-actualization and like really knowing that you aren't your thoughts and you aren't those fears and you aren't those worries, and that you are more than that. And the journey is really in overcoming the trauma and the pain and those old self-limiting beliefs. I often say to my clients that when you're born a blank slate. You could think of it as like a chalkboard or a whiteboard, and it's pure, it's innocent, it's blank. And then the world comes in, our parents, our society, our cultures, our peers, and they're writing all over us. And we receive all of these messages about who we are, about our culture, about relationships, about the world around us, and then we form these beliefs. And often, because the messages we receive aren't healthy, they're self-limiting beliefs. We have this dialogue that like we can't do things, or that we're not strong enough, or life is hard, or we have to work hard to make money is a good one. And we have all these beliefs that ultimately aren't serving us. So on our healing journey, we often have to do inventory of our self-limiting beliefs, and we have to really ask ourselves, like, is that a belief that I want to have? Is that belief true? Am I not capable? Am I not able to reach my goals? Is the world a scary, unsafe place? And, we have to then, in reprogramming, come up with new beliefs, healthier beliefs, a new story that says that we can and we will achieve and overcome all of the trauma and, change the narrative that we were taught in our younger years. In my book, Lessons from the Listening Lady, I do have a chapter on self-love, and I love what I wrote when I said, when we look at our life as a story being written, we are better able to take a step back and appreciate the storyline being told, including the characters, setting, challenges, and triumphs. We can begin to cheer for the happy ending and not get so wrapped up in the stress of it all. We can see that there is room for all of our emotions. Sadness, anger, fear, and worry are all natural, normal responses to the plot that is set out before us. In order to appreciate the good stuff, the happy times, joy, and comfort, we also need to accept the difficult times, because those are the times, unfortunately, when growth and learning occur. There's always a lesson being taught, a theme to be valued throughout life's journey. Let go of the anxiety and surrender to the story being written. Have faith and confidence that it will all work out in the end. Stop trying to control what will happen next and just let the story unfold naturally. You never know what plot twists or new character will enter your life. Let the universe use you as a tool to write the most beautiful tale ever told. And I truly believe that when you can have faith and you can surrender and you can release that control, that really is when God and the universe show you the miracles that life has to offer. And that really is when you bring in and you call in all of your dreams and you manifest and and create the life you desire. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe so you never miss another one.